Did you get into the session yet?
You started there, I got it.
Yeah, because my invite is now missing and I need one.
Alright.
Obliged. There we go. Now we're doing Bahrain. What?
I think he hasn't done any settings yet.
Right, because Bahrain is the first track on the list, so we'll probably set the grid first and then...
In the meantime, Ross Torm, my Tier 2 teammates, lead in Race B, King David second, Jigsaw, or what was his name again? Barry Kruger's in third.
Right, so Ross definitely has picked up the pace early in the new game.
His pole time is a 3.7.
Oh, okay.
Ismail said in the group chat, the top 6 on Tuesday and then the top 3 yesterday were all quicker than the pole time tonight.
Yeah, but I do think that the tier distribution is definitely not going to be based on time trial and qualifying pace, because of course, obviously our admins want to see us race and how we do in the races.
Yeah.
But of course it will be very interesting. Hey, you get the race in the Race of Champions, man. How do you feel about that?
That's what my goal was from the start of the season. So, yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, it was very fun, very much fun last season, even though it was France. But after being in Tier 4 the entire season, and in Season 4 I joined, I took part in the latter half of the season with Tier 3. It was the first time I was against the very top guys here in ALR, and it was a very good experience in that. There might be even a seat for me. Booma hinted that I might be a substitute for it.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love the race in the Race of Champions. It was much fun last time out. Of course, well, the obvious Tier 1 guys will be setting the pace. I think we're missing someone, and thus we're not quite ready yet. People having epilepsy attacks with the ready up button. Yeah, Simon in the chat agreed. This game is broken, but we gotta remember it has only been out for that much time, and there hasn't been a major day 1 patch to it. There was this tiny one which I think corrected some glitches, but it was a very minor bug fix. I believe there is gonna be a bigger one in the future, or at least hope so. I mean, would love to get the engine sound back.
If you go into the Alpine when the engine side's gone, they obviously sound like a Formula E car.
Yeah. Those Formula E liveries are mental. I actually follow the guy who has created it. I follow him on Instagram and he has some very lit designs. I think he has done the helmet of Jack Aitken as well. Yeah, Simon, don't sweat it. Just have fun and see how your abilities stack up against them. It was fun last season, I believe. I'm absolutely sure you can have fun with it as well. Oh, and Los Alexos, my old buddy, has joined as well.
He disconnected from the other session, 'cause I think they were having issues as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Raven, I agree. As much as I like the tiny electric scream there in the engine in this game, I don't want the real engine sound to disappear, even though it's very mild compared to what we had in the V12, V10, V8 era. And we got another joinee. Who would that be? Oh, it's Trucker.
Yeah, Trucker also disconnected from the other race.
Okay then. They get to show their...
start at the back, yeah.
Yeah, they get to show their... They get a second chance.
Trucker's doing well, like he's in this lobby, he's currently 10th in the other one.
There's another joinee, that's Teachy Boom.
I just see that, right?
But yeah, for those of you who don't know, the two guys who joined, Los Alexos, was the driver in the Tier 4 last season. I think he was a regular point scorer. And of course Trucker. He was also a consistent point scoring, but in Tier 2. Partner up in the Haas with Jarlo Ron, who had the exceptional skill of starting from the back and ending up top 5 every time. And the lobby has yet again been updated. Well, hey Rusty, time for some real life banter, as at the moment it seems we might be readying up. Where do you think my fellow countryman Valtteri Bottas will end up after this season?
Aston Martin. That's my opinion. You'll either go Aston Martin or Williams.
Aston Martin would be amazing. I mean, Vettel has a contract with Aston Martin, doesn't he? I think he has. So, if Lance would step aside and Bottas would take his place, that would be a great lineup. Experience-wise, at least.
Yeah, I seen today that Callum Ilott and Robert Schwartzman is actually in the running to get Giovinazzi's seat for next year.
Really? Because there's a plenty of Ferrari juniors. I mean, well, Mick Schumacher is definitely eager to step up the game, but he does have a contract with Haas for 2022, I think.
I think with this new regs coming with a cost cap, I honestly think Ferrari should do what Red Bull has done and make a sister team. So the likes of like Schwartzman, Ilott, Schumacher
Oh
get
yeah,
a half decent car.
yeah, that'd be clever, and of course it would be a massive facelift if that team would be Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
As we get ready once again, let's hope that the grid won't get mixed up this time. First time I've encountered that kind of glitch in the game.
Yeah. First time I've seen it, but I definitely knew that it was a thing.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen again. But yeah, my personal opinion, even though he is my countryman, I don't think he will be retaining his Mercedes seat. Russell's been way too good this season.
Yeah.
And we'll probably make the leap to Mercedes and really take the fight to Hamilton once he gets a car properly built for him and set up. As the formation lap finally gets underway. But yeah,
interesting. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you go.
Yeah, so for some reason I don't see Latifi continuing with Williams either.
No. That's the thing, as I said with the cost cap, because it's less money to bring all the cars closer, they don't really need the money from pay drivers as much. Like, most of the money will just come from sponsors. I know with one of Latifi's family sponsors is one of Williams' sponsors, but since Williams themselves got bought over, like, what was it, last year? You don't really need somebody like that.
Yeah. Witcher and Twana going cheeky and picking the medium tires even though you shouldn't be allowed to.
Oh.
It's an evaluation race, alright, but that would result in a hefty penalty if this was a league race.
Which get absolutely gobbled up going into turn 1 and 2. Well, technically 3.
Yeah. Oh, and Babu J and Secret get together. And have to start with the cold tires.
I can see Sven finishing second here.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what can Babu J do, because he showed some true pace in the qualifying. If he can keep that up, because we've seen this so many times in the past. It's very different. It's very different in the game, in the new game. And of course, the quali pace doesn't really tell the true story about your race pace. As the drivers have now reached the grid, and hopefully soon we will get the 5 lights. And there they are, 3, 4, 5. A very long sequence and away we go! With the evaluation race, KP gets a flyer of a start. I think that's Baboon J who got the jump on Witcher, going into the first corner. Let's see the action here. as everyone has made it through first corner, and now the acceleration up the hill, coming to the hairpin, really close to contact. Of course, damage will be off in this race, but for now everyone seems to have gotten away well. Extremely tight. Ankbank and Luke Bayus going side by side. Booma looking looking to the inside to join the party. There's yellows on the background, but everyone's gotten away in the end. And Witcher has made it back past Baboon J on the medium tire. Strategy wise, with Witcher we might be looking at a mediums to hard strategy if he wants to retain his full push and doesn't want to go all conservative. As Baboon J is now really close to Witcher, but doesn't get the exit he needs, and I think he will be staying in P3 for now. As first lap of green flag racing is complete, and KP is still retaining the lead, with it being almost second now. Baboon J going for a move on Witcher, run to the inside and making it work. That's P2 for him. I'm gonna disable the leaderboard, that it's really annoying with the...
I was thinking that, I was like, oh, Sven's dropping down the list, and I was like, there's no yellow flags.
Yeah, but there's a Red Bull round, and that'd be Mer Salt. Really unfortunate, but plenty of time for him to still to catch up. But yeah, Baboon J and Witcher having a proper fight here early. KP doesn't manage to break the DRS, so let's see if he will face what I faced in the Tuesday race when my pace was just all gone when DRS came alive. As Witcher has not the best of entries, and there's a Williams off, and that is Sven. No, it is. It's an Alpine car as Sven, and he's dropped down to 17th. Didn't see if he made contact in the final corner, but that's really gonna hurt his chances now. He's gotta work his way back up again, as the Alpha of Povinho has gone round in the first corner, unfortunately, and he is now in the back of the pack. I really hate it when the gaps aren't showing as they should, as Jamie is thinking for a move to the inside on Secret, and from the looks of it, makes it work. P4 for Jamie.
This is looking very similar to the race yesterday that the top three just checked out after a few laps. Then there was one or two after them, and then everyone else who just parked. Yeah.
Raven, if you're telling about the lag, well, my internet is a stable 200 megabytes, and Tichiboom has lost it in the turn 8, I believe, and has now dropped back. As does Ankbank.
Raven.
Yeah.
Because I've got the stream up as well, it's fine for me.
Yeah. Whoa, and Jamie has gone round. So the Spinala Fest. Whoa, and Trucker follows suit in the Haas. For good measure. But luckily safety car is off and the drivers get to continue. But that's really unfortunate for Jamie, he did a great move. A secret, as Sven will swoop to the inside of Mersalt and pick up 2 places, nearly losing the rear there. And they're going 3 wide, nearly. The Williams of Mersalt ahead. They are going 3 wide into turn 3. Jamie on the inside. This is not gonna end well. Somehow they keep it together. Still side by side the 3 drivers go. And now Mersalt leaves the braking really late. Still going side by side, tremendous racing. Oh, and Mersalt outbrakes himself and unfortunately makes contact. With simulation damage, that would have been floor damage. Jamie, whoa! And Povinho is displaying his best pirouette. Luckily no damage on, we would have plenty of retirees. As also the first penalties are pouring in. Rossi, how many penalties did you get in the race on
I got a spectacular
Wednesday?
26 seconds.
26 seconds? Where did you finish in the end?
5th.
Nice. I got only 6 seconds, but that was enough to drop me from P2 on the line to P3. I was one of the only ones to make a 2-stop strategy. which worked pretty well, to my surprise, in the end.
Yeah, I was trying a two-stop as well. I was 9 seconds in front of Hogs there. And we were he pitted like 4 laps later than me. Kept the same pace, but yeah, once I spun, I got a penalty, then sped in the pit lane, so the penalties just rolled on from there.
Yeah. As the former contestants in Tier 2, Tuana and Booma, are going at it to the first DRS straight. Tuana not really using his DRS, but with the powerful DRS he comes to the inside and Booma doesn't really even fight back. And to no surprise, Luke makes contact with Booma, luckily to no avail. Well, anyways, it will be a P5 for Tuana. Also, Secret now drawing closer to Witcher. But I believe the tire differences our drivers have will start to show in a matter of 4 to 5 laps. You can do, especially now that damage is off and there will be no punctures, you can do, I think, a hefty 12, 13 laps even with the softs, but I think it was hyped on Tuesday's race who did it, and his mediums were 88% in the end. And, well, it's gonna affect the pace as Witcher loses the rear and goes round from P2, and that will gift Secret and Babunje the podium positions, and very far back drops Witcher just in front of Los Alexis and joinee after quali. Nice progress, making it up to P11.
Got Booma train holding on here.
Yeah, so Booma has got back against Tuana, and with the better tire, at least for now, is going side by side, still holding on to the inside line. Tuana leaving the space, still side by side, the two drivers go. And Tuana will make it out of it ahead in the end. So yeah, I think that the spinning will continue early days in the start of the season, even though I think it will be another 3 weeks maybe when the season will start.
Well, as you say, spinning, which is now second last because his tires have overheated.
Yeah, he's spinning all over the place. That's really unfortunate for him because he looked to have the pace finish on the podium. As we have a really nice battle here. Oh, Kajetic makes contact with Witz and unfortunately drops back a bit. But there's a good train behind Booma going on. Let's see if actually now it's Tuana that he made his move. And back up into P4 goes Tuana, but very nice battling here. The Red Bulls locking horns with Luke Bayes and Troca starting from last position on the grid. Nice switch back to turn 7 and goes past his teammate for P7. Let's see the positions gained, because I believe there will be plenty of them. Troca with the biggest gainer after 8 laps of racing, picking up 12 positions starting last from the grid. Really now charging with the bull in red. Biggest loser, of course, Witcher, who unfortunately retires in the pits. If you're watching the stream back, that's really unfortunate. I feel for you, man. You had the pace to do all sorts of stuff, but not this time. Maybe during the regular season, in the season 7 of ALR. Meanwhile, Secret and Babunjay are driving ever closer. Which of these drivers will maintain the tire wear better? Because I mean, I'm not entirely sure how it will go in this game, but at least in 2020, there was a massive difference on how, for example, you and AOCloud, the second tier 2 driver's title contender, managed your tires. Over the course of the races, Babunjay goes round and resets. But that will give Secret P2. But anyways, yeah, as I was saying, the differences between drivers managing their tires in these 50% races is actually far greater than you would imagine. I mean, Rossi...
Yeah, I mean, with tyre wear this game, and as you said earlier on, with the drop-off and how easy it is to spin, it could really mean the difference between a one-stop and two-stop for a lot of tracks.
Yeah, it will, and wasn't it so that the tyre wear in the game, at least it was supposed to, I've never really experienced it with it yet, at least, but wasn't it supposed to be a much more drastic than it was last game?
I think so. I haven't done much testing. I've just been doing time trial. I haven't done much testing to see what the tyre wear is like. But then again, I don't really check until I'm actually racing with like yourself, Mark, my teammate, to see how you compare against other people. Because it's easy to compare, like say a tier 1 driver to a tier 4 driver, because tier 1 drivers obviously drive a lot quicker. So once you're in your tiers and racing similar pace people, that's when you can really compare if you're good on them or not.
Yeah. Wise words from Rossi, our tier 2 champions. Babu and Jay rejoins from the pits side by side with Alexis, but the fresh mediums manages to go 13th, so just ahead of Alexis. Into heavy traffic, he was the first to pit. On lap 10, I don't think the mediums will be in a good shape after 15 laps even, let alone 25. As Babu J is already challenging Truco, and Whiskers passed with ease.
I mean, since I watched the other races qualifying, Truco's quality pace wasn't that great, but looking at his race pace here, he looks quick and race trim.
He indeed does, as he's already made his way up to P5, and with the first people pitting, Luke following suit with Baboon J. Let's see what tires he's gonna pick. He did pick the medium tires, so I think the guys to pit now and pick the mediums will have to pit again. That remains to be seen, as some of the engines are working and some of them aren't. I believe once you pit, the engine starts to make noise again.
I don't know.
Yeah, because Swen hasn't, and Baboon J has, and Baboon J's engine is working as well as Swen's is not.
Yeah, none of them's working for me. Oh wait, no, they are actually.
Yeah. But anyway, much more familiar sound. Whoa, and Baboon J goes for a daring move. Has a look to the inside with Swen, but not a really spot to overtake. He will wait for the DRS, and no love lost between the teammates. Secret now the second car to pit, and Baboon J will pick up the P9. Which will now, it will be P9, and Baboon J, by pitting early, has catched back up to Secret.
Twanich going for a move on Boomer to turn 4. I think Boomer kind of left it to him.
He indeed is, and now the tire difference is really starting to show. I mean, you can already see a bit of graining. Oh, around goes Boomer.
That is quite unfortunate. I've seen quite a lot of people spinning on that curve.
Yeah, you just simply cannot. I remember when 2020 came out, my initial thoughts were that, okay, these curbs are murderous. You mustn't touch them in order to keep all 4 tires pointing in the right direction. But I think it has escalated even more in this year's edition.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because it's the first year they've got floor downforce and they're still trying to work that out.
Yeah, 105.3 is the new fastest lap of Baboon J. Making good progress. And Secret is really maintaining his ERS a lot better than Baboon J behind, but Baboon J taps the back a couple of times. Let's see if there will be a move. Of course, Secret has DRS ahead, so that will nullify Babunje's DRS, but... Secret goes very wide, opens the door for Babunje. Oh, this looks dangerous. And both of the drivers go off. That's really not the type of racing we promote in ALR. Oh boy. I'm resetting the track. Okay, so...
I think the sidepod glitch didn't help that either.
Yeah, it definitely didn't, and both of the drivers would have massive floor damage if this was simulation damage. I think the people who picked the default strategy are now pitting. Jamie Whitson and Kayetic.
It's quite unfortunate for Babunje and Secret, because if you get clean air, the undercut is quite powerful.
It is, it definitely is. I managed to jump A9 on Tuesday, and I was leading for a good chunk of the race, but... Yeah, Ismail, we haven't seen enough from these guys. I believe that the fact that the damage is off is making them careless. But I don't know. Trucker already has catched up to Twana, and Trucker will dive down to the pits as has our race leader in KP. Now where he will rejoin. The track looks
21 second pit stop, I think. So if Trucker comes out clean air, he could jump Twonic.
He indeed can. And Puma will be very close with Twana, KP, but KP will come back out on P2, so he's looking very strong. He had a 10-second lead before pitting, and basically is now just shooting off to the distance. But also Trucker, and a second round between Babunje and Secret. Secret with a nice switchback gets his position right back, and of course the DRS as well. So I believe there might be a pause in this battle, as the two Red Bulls are yet again locking horns with the new tires behind this fighting pair. Let's see, it will be interesting.
Twonic's pitted and Trucker's right behind Secret and Babunje.
He has, and Buma has pitted as well, so see if they will stir up the pot. As there's a bit of train action. Twana opting for the hard tires, so he's definitely going to the end. We'll rejoin just behind this battling pack here. So plenty of catching up to do, as all of the drivers ahead of him have pitted. And here's Buma, really close to Sven, but Sven will get the position for now. Buma deploying a lot of ERS. Will he dive for the position? No. Has a look, but doesn't go for it, as there has been a round 3 between Secret and Babunje, and jeez, that has got to clean up for next season.
And Trucker as well, up to second from 19th.
Yeah, amazing comeback from Trucker, and Jesus, these guys are really not giving an inch, and both spin again.
For fuck's sake.
Would you just chill? I mean, it's just an evaluation race, guys. Anyways, here's Kayetic. Looking to make a move on Luke. And will do so with relative ease. Will he have the DRS for the straight? No, he will not. And Luke, will he be able to take it back from his adversary in red? No, he won't, at least for now. But the exit out turn 3, of course, all important. A bit of wheel spin for Luke, and Kayetic will retain his position. But of course, Kayetic on soft tires, he must pit once more. Oh, and Secret has now called it quits in the pits. Or on the track. Really not the type of behavior we represent. and was really not. Whoa, when there's a huge fight between Ankbank, Truco, and Alexis. I believe all of those were tier 4 guys last season. Truco making the defensive move a bit early, and Jamie will take the position away.
It'll be interesting to see Trucker's pace now in Clean Air, because I would imagine KP would be, not sound harsh, but with his quality time, just looking at quality times would probably be, what do you say, 15th, 16th in Tier 1?
Yeah,
so
Baboon J has also, sorry for the interruption, Baboon J has also retired on track, so these two fighting buddies might have had enough of each other. But calling it quits for this race. But yeah, as you were saying.
I'm saying it'd be interesting to see Trucker's time compared to KP's. KP would probably be lower end tier 1 and well, not lower end, mid-table tier 1 looking at quality times here. As he gets a 3-second penalty, but if Trucker's not his pace, you would expect Trucker to be very high tier 2.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Trucker is a very fast guy. He's a bit of a track specific guy, as I'm myself. But by the way, Kaetic, the debutant in the soft tires, has gotten past the aforementioned Trucker now. But yeah, anyways, Trucker was very fast at times last season, and is looking to take the position back. Will he do so? Kaetic makes the defensive move, and Trucker leaves the braking very late, and Kaetic will take back the position. Now this looks like racing. I mean,
it's a good thing we don't see a repeat of Perez and Leclerc.
Yeah, it's almost like looking at Perez and Leclerc. Let's see, Trucker will probably be thinking a move. Will he do it early on here? He has the ERS for it, but does not even open the DRS for the straight, so he will just save it for the second straight, and he should whisker past with ease, as he has a lot more ERS to deploy.
Kaetic will need to pit again though. Probably go for another set of softs.
Probably if he started on the medium tires, which I unfortunately cannot remember. Would be nice if they'd update the heads-up display in the commentating mode to, you know, if there was all of the sets that our drivers are using, but...
Yeah, well, he's been on that sauce for 5 laps, so he'll go another 5 and then sauce to the end.
Yeah.
And while we speak about that, the B race is just finished.
Yeah, there was a lengthy period of time when we were attempting the restart. It has already been 1 hour and 10 minutes into this evaluation race session. But it's okay, we've seen plenty of action here. That fight between Kaetic and El Trucker was beautiful.
Yeah.
Of course, Kaetic really, in full-on send mode, has used nearly all of his ERS. And is now looking to challenge Trucker once more. Will he do it to the hairpin? No, he won't. He will just wait for his opportunity. But Trucker will get the better exit and will be far enough to stay safe for this lap. As behind Twana, Luke and Whitson are really trying to get past him. Whitson has literally only 5% battery left. I wouldn't even look at the penalties, at least for now, because I want to keep this interesting.
I did look at the penalties, but it was more to see if Trucker was overtaken by Baboon J and Secret, but since they both retired, it's not really point.
Yeah, exactly. That was definitely a warning for Luke, and Whitson will go for the move with the Mercedes against the Red Bull. Lewis against Max. Whitson leaves the braking a bit later and will take P5 from Luke. Very nice move there. Clean as a whistle, but will Luke come back at him? Not this time, maybe onto the second straight. Well, this is the sole reason why I love Austria so much, because there's just the whole track is just an overtaking opportunity, apart from the sector 2. I mean, turns 6 and 7. You can make a pass there, but it's very tricky there.
Yeah, I was looking at the fastest lap so far. 7 people are in the 105s for their quickest lap of the race.
I believe that will be improved further into the race, as Los Alexis has made a move past Ankbank for a 10th, the final points paying position. These two having a nice bit of battle here. Oh, and Alex has a moment, but a nice save. As I believe Ankbank is gonna have to pit again, whereas Alexis has not. The only driver not penalized yet is Tichiboom in the McLaren. The debutant really keeping it between the white lines, then that's a good thing to see. And if you manage to stay close, you can really gain positions on that. Plenty of races in ALR have been settled by penalties. As Chaotic and Trucker side by side yet again. But I think Trucker should have the advantage, as he has the medium compound tire and a 1 lap less age in them. But I gotta give it to Chaotic. He has shown good pace here in what I believe is his debut race.
Yeah, he's keeping up with Trucker quite well. He
is. And keeping his nose in the DRS, and now he has saved some battery. So will that ERS help him edge out over Trucker? Of course, we haven't spoken all that much about KP, but now when Trucker's fighting Chaotic, KP is just running away. Yeah. With the lead being 15 seconds, and he's about to lap his teammate. Oh, and Witten and Twana going at it. Witten getting P4 out of Twana hands.
Yeah, I'm looking at times. Chaotic will come out round about near enough on top of Sven once he pits.
Yeah, but Sven with the hard tire, and if some of those people, except especially Booma, might be thinking to go to the end with that set of mediums.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. Of course, if you pick soft tires for the end, you're going to be a rocket ship around the track.
As we speak about Chaotic pits.
Yeah, Chaotic will pit, and let's see what tires will they put on. I believe it will be the soft tire. Indeed it will, and I think, yeah, he's gonna rejoin pretty close to Sven actually.
Yeah, I said he was pretty much on top of Sven, so I'm not that far away.
Yeah, definitely not that far, but Chaotic with the definite tire advantage, we gotta keep an eye on him. While Witten and Twana are going for round 2 or 3, I don't know.
Oh, there's a lot more of that. Round 10 at this point.
Maybe. Both of the drivers really gentlemanly, giving each other the space and going side by side. Now to turn 6. What about turn 7? Twana will take the P3 for now. And we'll retain it for now. Until the next lap, that is. Once DRS comes alive back again. Truco with the new fastest lap of 105. I think in the Tuesday's race, the fastest lap of the race was a 103.9. And Luke will pit and will probably rejoin ahead of Ankbank. Will be soft for him as well. Nice bit of battle going here with Whitson against Twana. The one who gets the DRS really has the advantage, of course, but have you seen the moves around the outside in turn 3? I mean, or is it turn 4? But I mean, it just displays the grip difference in the game, in this new game, that you can now make moves around the outside, as in some of the corners there is simply more grip.
Yeah, I made 2 moves last night around the outside of turn 6.
If you can just stick your nose deep enough, well, then you can do it.
Yeah. I was just thinking, if we missed a little moment for KP, I'm pretty sure he was 15 seconds in front of Trocker.
He indeed was, and something has happened to him now that he's only 6.5 seconds ahead of Trocker now. So there might have been a moment, and just as I was about to say, on the top of the curb, nearly losing the rear, so he might have extremely overheated rears now.
Yeah, lap 27, he did a 1 minute 15.
Yeah, there definitely was a moment, but he's managed to get it back together. And will continue to push. And I believe Witten will go against Tuana the entire race. Witten going defensive even before the penultimate corner. Really good battle of this. These guys have gotta be in the same tier next season. Witten now out of ERS. Tuana has saved his ERS very well. He has 80% his name. Oh, a daring pass around the outside, but back into P3 he goes. And KP has gone round. There's Trocker now. This, in all of a sudden, this got very interesting. Trocker now inheriting the lead. Will Trocker do the last to first challenge?
That'd be something else.
That'd be something else. And what a display would that be?
KP did pit. Did he pit the same lap as Trucker? I'm pretty sure they were near enough the same lap. Let's have a
They
look.
were very close. At least they have the tires around the same age.
Yeah, both starting laps in the same tires.
Anyways, here's KP now. Very eager to get his lead back. He's led the entire race. Oh, and has a moment with his rear. Has to go wide on the first corner, and that will give a pause for this battle. But will there be a move for the lead? Which of the drivers will get the better exit? From the looks of it, it is Trocker. And he will retain the lead for now. But this, in all of a sudden, this got really interesting. I mean, KP must have had 2 spins. I mean, nothing else explains bottling a 15-second lead.
He's done exactly what I done, roughly the same laps, just rear end just goes once it goes.
That's just there's really no saving it once it's going. But anyways, as the drivers come round the final corners, still 6 laps remaining, and this will be a shootout to the end. KP getting really close now. He's got to nail that first corner in order to get back at Trocker, who got the lead from him for free. Trocker using a lot of ERS on defense. KP looking at the inside, going into the hairpin. Outbakes Trocker by the tiniest bit. Side by side the two drivers go. Trocker gets the better exit, yes, but KP will have the DRS, picks the outside line, and is ahead going into turn 3. And will regain the lead for now, but I believe this fight might be going to the end.
Yeah, KP will feel pressure. Well, he might not feel pressure, but with second place right behind him, you think there might be a few more mistakes there.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the race, if someone is following you close by, of course, every time it sets the pressure, you start to figure out the corners. How can I get that single tenth quicker than my adversary behind, especially when the adversary has to drive in the dirty air. But it will be round 27 or something like that, as Trocker now has the DRS. Let's see the ERS status. KP has a lot more. Joker can probably challenge, but what do you reckon, Rossi? Would it be more clever to just hold back, wait for an opening on the last laps and maybe save the move for that?
I would. You really have to work on your exits. You're kind of looking between turn 3 and turn 4 to make your move, because the easiest way to make sure you're across the line in the lead.
Yeah, because of course it's a lot easier to defend once the DRS zones are done with. And KP now 6/10 ahead. Of course, with the DRS there will be a challenge from Trucker. Will he go for the challenge now, or will he save it later? KP with a better exit out of the last corner, but DRS will even out the score. Okay, now it's late enough. I'm gonna check the penalties. So KP and Trucker both have that 3 seconds. So whichever of these drivers crosses the line first, as it stands, of course, will be the winner. Trucker has a moment with the rear and will remain behind KP for now. Tuana with 6 seconds. Puma with just over 3 seconds behind of him has a chance to claim the podium spot. Kajetic with 12 seconds, so it has not gone as he would have liked track limits wise. Truco also has been experimental in the Haas with the track limits. 21 seconds, and Alexos, the penalty king, is only a single penalty away from getting disqualified, and Trucker has had that 3 seconds. Good thing I called that as it stands, because now to win Trucker has to get past KP, which at the moment seems impossible, and on top of that he needs to pull that 3 second gap.
Weirder things have happened.
They definitely have. A single spin there can change it all. And of course, Trucker now pushing for his life. Must be very eager to get past and try and build that gap. Oh, leaves the braking really late. But KP will stay ahead. And there's the disqualification for Alex. Unfortunate, but you really gotta obey those track limits.
He sets quickest lap and then disqualifies next lap.
Well, at least he got his name called in the stream, so that all-important screen time going his way. Here's Whitten on the new soft tires, making his way past Jamie for P6. A mountain to climb, well, not maybe with the penalties, as he only needs to get 6 seconds of gap. Get past Kajetic on penalties. And this battle is still raging on. It's a DRS train basically, with 2 people in it. I do think that KP has this in the bag. Or at least he should have. He's clearly and definitely been the fastest here today. And in him, I think we're looking at tier 1 or... I mean, tier 2 driver would be... It would not be right. Of course, both of the drivers' tires showing significant signs of wear. You can see by the bare eye, there's blisters on the middle part of the tire.
Yeah.
As here's Kajetic with the old softs against the old mediums. Can Boomer defend against him? Of course, Boomer doesn't have to, as final lap is now underway. Kajetic with a mountain load of penalties. Cannot get past Puma over the course of a single lap, unless something miraculous happens.
This will be devastating for KP if he picks up a penalty now.
Oh, and Trucker has got past. Let's take the penalties, we gotta see this through, as Trucker now has to pull a 3 second gap, or if KP takes that penalty. That'll be a win lost for him. As the drivers make their way, a huge understeer snap for KP. But it doesn't matter if he just can bring that over the line cleverly and not exploring the track limits. Really taking it easy on the penultimate corner. Whoa! And spinning on the final corner! No way!
I said anything could happen.
No
I said it
way! Twana gets past KP, but in the end, KP will be second. It will be El Trucker completing the last to first challenge in the ALR evaluation race. What a drive from him. But let's face it, KP was the fastest man on track.
Yeah.
But that slippery rear end was his doom at the line. In the final corner, too much curb on the inside. That sausage curb on the inside was the reason. Oh man.
Trucker just said in chat he didn't have a setup on. And he
Right.
just went last to first.
Right. Pixar didn't happen, I say. But anyway, our finishing standings will look like this. Trucker completing the last to first challenge. After KP spin on the final corner. He was so cautious going into the penultimate corner, but then lost it all. Oh man. Well earned driver of the day for him as well. I mean, just rock solid pace, good overtakes, and he will take the win in the race 3. Wow, Rossi, you called it. Anything can happen. As here is the finishing standings. So Twana will be bringing that Haas color to the podium with the P3. Puma, the hope of the admin team, in P4. Kayatic with a nice debut, finishing P5. Really well driven from him. I mean, this guy made an impression, at least for me. And from the looks of it, no, it is Alex who picked up the fastest lap, but of course not obeying the track limits or anything. Jamie is P6 in the end. Whitson in 7th. Sven, after his early spin, manages to come home in 8th. Luke in 9th. Truco in 10th. Ankbank has to settle for 11th. Teacherboom, the only driver not penalized in the race, comes home 12th. Bundes in 13th. Mersault in 14th. Povinho 15th. And those were the drivers to finish the race. Of course, Baboon J and Secret were very fast in the early stages, but few tussles and a few wheel bangs later, they eventually had to retire. So, another day of evaluation races, another day of exciting racing. Huh, Rossi?
Yeah, big time. That came good at the end.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I've never seen quite like that in terms of a race finish, with the seeming winner losing it on the final corner, and it will be Trucker in the Red Bull to claim the victory. I mean, there was a moment in Tier 4 Season 5 when the one who literally was just inches away from the line got a 3-second penalty and lost the win because of that, but apart from that, that was one of the most dramatic finishes I've seen, and it sets us up for a great season.
Yeah, it does. It'll be interesting to see where people go and what tier. Won't be an easy one for the admins, that's for sure.
Yeah, of course, but still, every driver of its own. Everyone will probably eagerly await the stream when they publish the tiers once again. I'm very much looking forward to that, and I'm of course looking forward to the other evaluation races happening later this week. So on Sunday we will have 2 of them. Well, wow.
Yep.
Of course, almost forgot. If you are an ALR member and racing or just watching, please do give ALR Instagram account a follow. In addition to Twitter, which I personally, for example, don't use, there will be updates on Instagram nowadays as well. So please do give it a follow to stay tuned on the sim racing here in ALR. Anyways, I think we're gonna end it there. My name was alluPallu. Thank you very much, Rossi, for accompanying me in the booth. I would very gladly do this again if you wish.
Oh, I'm the, I wouldn't say first reserve, but I am a reserve commentator. So
yeah, well,
we'll see.
If you want to join me in the box, you're welcome, man. It was very much fun. You had great insights, and of course the second pair of eyes really helps capture all the action around the track. But anyways, more races coming up on Sunday, Season 7 coming soon. But for now, thank you and good night.